Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I kind of look like I just got out of bed because I did.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Anyways, so today we're reacting to story times. So I did read the first two by accident, so I kind of already know what's happening there. These are all story times from my friends, so they may have already told me these stories. So disclaimer, I may already know some of them. So here we go. Okay. These are anonymous, by the way. So, I'm not gonna read the names. When I was 7, I was climbing a tree and got to the top. I fell off the branch and I only survived because the various branches slowed down my fall. Bro's a cartoon. I literally laughed out loud when I read that for the first time. Wow. A moment that felt like Goofy's yell. Anyways. That's actually crazy though. I can just imagine that. That would still hurt like crazy. But you're still surviving. I'm actually gonna ask him about that. Were you poorly injured? At least, I don't know. I still think that would really hurt. I'm gonna ask him about that. I'm gonna get back to you guys on that. So I'm really curious about that now. Did your parents ever find out? Were you injured really badly? I just wanna know. Alright, this one I also know. I got accused of grape on Instagram and I was talking to a girl over the summer. Okay, wait. I was accused of grape on Instagram. That's the main part. I was talking to a girl over the summer and I really liked her. And she was asking for interesting pictures and I said no. And she accused me of grape. Turns out she was actually a 40-year-old man who got arrested for sextortion in Texas. I also already knew that one because he had already told me about that. And the rest I haven't read. Okay, that second story, that's crazy. That's why y'all have got to be so careful on Instagram and TikTok and all the things. I know I sound like your mom talking to you right now, but y'all, we can't be talking to people on social media that we don't know in person. That's crazy. That's literally crazy. Log in. And I'm not saying that it's his fault because he talked to someone he didn't know. I'm just saying that's why we have to be more careful. Alright. When I was a fresh newborn baby, my dad and mom would take me to the store. My mom, being white, would take this fat Asian baby to the cashier and check out and leave. And then my dad comes running to the cashier saying, "Have you seen my baby?" See, I just know who submitted that one. I just know who did that one. That's funny. When I was little, I had a pink Barbie Jeep and I purposely ran it into my mom's car, smiling and making direct eye contact with her. You are evil. You are evil. You are evil. And that is insane. If my child did that to me, that's crazy. That's literally insane. Oh my gosh, I would be so mad. When I was 8 or 9 years old, I had a chihuahua whose tongue was always sticking out. So one day, I'm just sitting on the living room floor with him, and we're just playing around. So I smile at him. Keep in mind, I had braces at the time, and this dog licks my teeth. So he scratched my tongue. Meanwhile, I was running to the bathroom to wash out his saliva. Oh my god, that would hurt so bad. See, that's why I've also always thought about, like, kissing someone who has braces. Like, wouldn't that hurt? I've just always thought about that. Like, oh my god, the poor dog. I want to know if it's a... Y'all, why are we telling these stories and then not giving, like, I was okay, by the way. The other person was okay, by the way. It's got me feeling uneasy. One time, the kids from my neighborhood were all playing in my front yard. We liked to hang out, but I wasn't allowed to wander the neighborhood like them. So this one guy climbs to the top of this super tall tree we had, but then he got too scared to get down and his dad had to come get him. He wasn't allowed back after that. See, literally, why would you do that? Like, I feel like kids are always, especially like younger kids, are always biting off more than they can chew. Like, you should be able to look at a tree and know whether or not you can climb it. And then, like, if you can't, then don't climb it. Don't climb it. Sorry. I take an environmental science class, so, like, that just made me think, like, climb it and not climb it. Why do we have silent letters? Why were they silenced? What did they do wrong? Like, when I say climb, it's just CLIM. The B is, like, left out. What if it was climb? What if it was climb instead? Climb. Look at me, I'm just defining the English language, making new words. Another time, last year, I ran into our... Oh, I know this story. Okay. My school did SpongeBob for the musical for our spring show last school year. And we had this big set piece. It was the chum bucket. And it was, like, bigger than a human being. It was, like, that sounds crazy. Bigger than a human being. It was just really tall. So that's the context. I ran into our chum bucket set piece and it put a dent in my nose. This changed one side of my nose's structure, as if I got a super minor nose job. I didn't tell my parents or the teacher. I was deceased for like 10 minutes after, hurt for like 5 days after, and it was sore to the touch for like a month. I told my friend who was playing plankton about it. He said, "Great, now you have to get the other side too." That's funny. That's funny. The guy who plays Plankton is literally an icon. Like, I just know it. I just know it. Because, like, I say these are anonymous, but, like, I know who it is. Like, I know, like, I copied and pasted these from, like, my group chats and stuff like that. So, like, I know some of them who submitted them, but then others I can tell. I can just tell just by the story. So, the guy who plays Plankton is, like, one of my best friends, actually. So, icon. I'm, like, literally fidgeting with this. Hello. One time, my ex got mad at me for not holding his hand in front of my parents. And mind you, we weren't dating. It's your parents, not his. It's your parents. And there's more. There's more. This is already making me mad, bro. It's your parents. Then he continued to talk to me about the deed a lot and disrespect my parents, and then to find out when we broke up, he just wanted that. He just wanted to do the deed. Like, that's all he wanted. Wow. That's bad. That's horrible. How dare you not hold my hand? Like, that's so weird. That's so weird. That's literally so weird. It's your... I need to calm down. One of my hamsters ate the other's leg. Wow. It's always the hamster stories that, like, really throw me for a loop. Cause what are you telling me? What do you mean you showed your hamster a Five Nights at Freddy's jump scare and it died of a heart attack? What do you mean your 4-year-old sister threw your hamster down the stairs and it died? Like, why do people even get hamsters? Literally, what purpose do they serve? I've never ever seen anyone snuggle with a hamster or play with a hamster, talk to a hamster. Like, what is the point of a hamster if they're just gonna die in 2 weeks? Same thing about goldfish. Like, I understand why you would want a fish, but they just die so fast. I mean, like, maybe not all goldfish, but like the ones you get from like the fair. Like, why are they still giving those out? They're just gonna die. One of my hamsters ate the other's leg, and then the cannibal died 2 weeks later from my sister basically drowning it in hand sanitizer. It's always the siblings. It's always the siblings. Literally, what? That's it. That's it. No. That's crazy. Why are there like why were you guys menaces as kids? Like, why did you cause destruction as children? Like, that's crazy. Like, that's insane. I'm worried for y'all's safety. This is crazy. Anyways, that's it. That's the video. Peace and love. Bye bye.